Hey YouTube, this is Luke from Al and Luke Be Trippin', and on our trip from Texas to Maine, we have the opportunity to stop in our nation's capital, Washington, D.C. We stayed at Cherry Hill Park, which is in College Park, Maryland, which is about a 40-minute drive from the RV park to downtown D.C. And I'll talk more about the RV park in the second half of the video, but one of the things they did that we took advantage of on the first night was a chartered bus tour down to some of the top attractions in D.C. I can't recommend that tour enough, really, to not have to worry about planning the trip, don't have to worry about parking or getting subway passes or understanding the relationship and the distances between all the sites. Made the first day super simple. Once we did that tour, that really set us up for what we wanted to do for the rest of the week, because now we knew which sites we wanted to spend more time at, which ones we felt we'd already covered, and we could really understand where things were. Really, most of these sites are all very close. They're all kind of on the National Mall or right next to the National Mall, but the National Mall is huge. It's it's like 2 miles long, so it's not something, and it was hot when we went, so it wasn't something that we were going to want to try to walk to all these sites. So it was great to have a good sense of where we wanted to spend our time for the rest of that week. We visited in May of 2021 when COVID restrictions were just starting to be lifted. Only a few of the museums were open, and the ones that were required pre-advanced tickets, and that way they could still maintain social distancing and not keep the museum so crowded, which ended up being pretty nice. I think what makes DC a great budget destination is that almost all the attractions in DC are free, so thanks to all the taxpayers for funding that for us. And I'd say the prices of things like restaurants are on par with any other major city in the US. We really did enjoy seeing the monuments, memorials to all the men and women that had created this country and have served to protect it. We spent 3 full days plus 1 evening sightseeing all the main attractions from the Capitol to the White House and everything in between, and a couple museums, because that's all that was open. We were exhausted by the end of it, but we did feel that we could really get a surface level view of what the major attractions were. But if more museums were open, we easily could have spent 4, 5, 6 more days there and had plenty more to do. And if you're visiting DC in an RV like we did, I would absolutely recommend Cherry Hill Park, which is in College Park, Maryland. Not only is it a really nice park that's convenient with lots of amenities and a really fair price, it really is set up for tourists that are visiting DC. Like I said, the tour that we went on really set us up well for the rest of the time there. They've got a fully staffed information booth to get tourist information, who got us information about the subway, where to park, and take the subway in, which we did multiple days, which was really convenient. We also enjoyed the town of College Park, which is home of the University of Maryland, and a lot of great restaurants. It's a very diverse area, so a lot of ethnic food, which was a nice change of pace from a lot of the small towns that we had been in, which didn't have a whole lot of eating options. Now, what trip would be complete without a visit to one of the local mountain biking trails? In this case, the Fairland Recreational Park had a great trail system and made for a great fun of afternoon riding. Thanks for watching, and let me know in the comments what your favorite part of Washington, D.C. is.